Here's the biggest problem, Yamaneika. The clip that was posted was taken completely out of context.
The whole Just Hilarious thing, there were parts of it that I'll be honest, when she started the conversation, I immediately felt the frustration as a woman going, okay, I see where she's going. Like, why we got to be this and this and this and that. What turned me was when it became this conversation of you have a delusion or a mental problem, because then that seemed like that was a different type of bias that was coming in. That's a
Yes,
mental disorder.
and that's where she lost me with that too. Like, not because it became now we're all mentally insane, and we're and who's going to protect us from y'all crazy people? You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's what it started to sound like. Who's going to protect us from y'all crazy people? And I'm like, nah, girl. First of all, here's the biggest problem, Yamaneika. The clip that was posted was taken completely out of context.
Yes.
Blessing Rose was talking about womanhood and the aspect of trans men and intersex people. And it brings me back to at the top of the conversation where I said this language wasn't even about biological women, it was about trans men and intersex people. So it
But
was
that's what you
it,
gotta also call shenanigans on the internet, because this happens to me a lot, and I know it happens to you a lot. Sound bites is something that you said. They don't share the whole context of it. They put this little piece in, and everybody's like, "Oh, I heard this, and I got to be canceled." Because I mean, immediately when I saw that piece, I was like, "I know that this person lost their mind and they've been complaining about periods. Don't know women with no period. Nigga, you can have my period. Where do I send it? Whose PO box do I send it to? It is a problem."
yes.
To know that it's a larger portion of a conversation, which I think also that Jess didn't know that it was a larger portion of conversation and was addressing that
And
small
I
pocket.
I addressed it too, like because I get in a space, Yamanika, where I see things like that, and I'm like, what in the is they doing this for now? We were all just fine yesterday. So why is this coming out? Like, why is it all of a sudden this? Like, what the? Why are they starting this about some damn periods? Like, what the hell? Then I took the time to go and see it, and I'm like, oh. Because I was immediately on the side of now. How does females don't have periods? How does that? How we gonna work this out? How we gonna work this shit out now? Like, tell me, because I'm 45 years old, Yamanika. So I'm still in the learning stage of learning terminology, learning this, and learning what it is for. Then I'm like, oh, it was for this. Okay, so yeah, they took it out of context. So
Daddy, I'm right behind you. We come from, listen, what's happening now and all this cancel culture and all this other stuff. You know, we grew up in the 80s. They barely took care of us kids. You understand? Like, these kids now, they want protection. Listen, in the 80s, they didn't care nothing about you, okay? They didn't protect us against nothing, not even pedophiles. If you got molested, you just got got. Right. So these kids don't even understand that, because everybody protecting them and all this stuff. So there is a part, and I even in the comments, even the people that hate on me, I understand them in the comments where it's like, damn, while everything is changing, I'm in the middle of life and I've already had this amount of time to be this. And now I got to go and figure out how to make you comfortable while at the same time not even really being comfortable myself. And I see all this weird dissension that's happening when it should be love. Because I be having a good time. I be having love.
Next thing you know, here come a word, and they like, oh, I promise you, Yamanika, I gas every time it's something. I'm like, oh God, oh, like, oh. But what I do, because you and I both are people that are progressive people. There are people that just stuck. Like, I ain't moving that. I don't want to do, and I don't want to see them on TV sounding like some white. I don't want to see them on TV. I don't want them around my kids. I don't want this. They delusional. They got mental problems. Who's going to protect us from those deviants over there? When those deviants are people that are human beings that are just trying to exist in the world that was given to all of us, not just you. And so, being that the world was not given to just you, and all of us have to exist in it, we try to find ways to coexist in this world. There's nothing that a woman has that I want. Again, I'm going to say this. I don't want your periods. Hell, if you can have kids, have as many as you like. Bless your heart. I don't even want children. But I just want to exist as who I am. I am comfortable with me being a transgender woman. I've always identified as a transgender woman. And I also understand where black women stand on feeling like that they're not protected, they're not this hell, because they're not. But we are not the enemy.
I think that's very true. When you and I were gabbing, I said we went into the part about there was a lot of memes going around with Jess and side by side how she was a man and things like that, and that really did irk me in a way, because I felt like more than a trans thing, and you and I spoke about this, that started from white supremacy. This
Yep.
idea that because white women have to be the epitome of beauty and black women are the antithesis to that, just in body structure, skin complexion, all of those features as well, we are the opposite, polar opposite to them, that there had to be a degrading in black women and masculine, and saying we are masculine and we are not beautiful and we're not worthy of being treated in feminine spaces. So for me, when I saw all these things comparing Jess to a man, I was like, but like, why are we doing that?
Well, here's the thing. I never said that Jess looked like a man. And I never said that Jess was a man. What I said was that Jess Hilarious, um, from her own words, has been misgendered. And from her own experiences, this is not her first time that she's been misgendered, or some man has thought that she was a man. I didn't say that she looked like a man. I said I don't think that she looks like a man, but I do feel that she has a lot of alpha energy. She has alpha energy, you know. That does not mean because you possess alpha energy that you are a man. You just are a leader. You're just you fall on the construct of, you know, what's to lead or what's strong, you know. My thing is sometimes women have been, lots of women, and this is the truth, Yamanika, you and I both can speak truth to this. There are lots of women who have been called transgenders or have been called a man,
Oh,
and
me
it
all the time. All
and
the
and
time they call me a man.
and but what you haven't done is let that build up any aggression in you, because there are some that be like, now, and I'm just giving an example, and maybe people out there gonna be in the comments talking, but whatever. I live this every day. Now I have to prove myself as a real mother woman, and this thing is over here it up for all of us, because you know, because here's the gag: if you throw some of these real women up in there in the group with all of us, hell, it's gonna be hard to do the picking.